Well, hello and welcome to JW Solar USA. In today's video, you guys can see I have um, DC disconnect made by Midnite Solar. This is the MNDC125, and we're gonna be doing conversion from one DC1 Midnite DC125 here to Midnite MNDC 250 live here at the command center at JW Solar USA. This is just improvise. That's one of the word my dad left with me, or that's what I was taught when I was little. He is always telling me if you don't have the right parts for everything, you have to improvise. And that's the greatest word I grew up with, and I learned and I know how to fabricate things and make things work. Because of that, you have an old man you gotta take care of, you gotta listen to what he's saying, and this is what we do. And may soul so rest in peace. So I got this box for one of my vendors and send me the box. And I decided to I'm so happy about it. And now, because I like to buy things and keep them because you don't know when you're gonna need them or use them. There goes the big magic here, and the big magic tonight is improvise. That's a big word. Mark it down. Improvise. So check this out. So this is an open box, display box, and my vendor decided to say, "Hey, you know, I got something like this. I want to send it to you. What do you think?" I was like, "Oh, cool. You think also? Oh, I can put it to work." So he sent it. This is what it is. It came like this. Okay, this box you can able to flip over. Let's see. It has a breaker in there. So because of this, you gotta go this way out. Okay. So this is how it looks like. So when it comes the MNDC 125, this is how it looks like. Just a breaker, a log over there, and one of the ground logs right there. So nothing. These are expensive boxes. But what I have to do right now, this is just a 125. So I want to utilize it for my inverter, which is the Outback. And I'm trying to do some kind of cool stuff here. So because of this, you see what the video I made yesterday on the breaker. I'm gonna take this breaker, this 125, and convert this 125. I'm gonna convert it to this guy here. This is a 250. I got this one, came from Canada. So see that one? I'm gonna put it right here. So we're gonna do this video and check it out and see how everything goes from here. So I needed this box for my command center, and you guys seen that. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unscrew this breaker right here. I hope you can see. I'm gonna take this breaker out, and I'm gonna insert this breaker in for my application. So some people will leave it the way it is, but not this guy. I'm gonna take the 125 breaker. It's a DC breaker right there. There's a delay of 14. So it can trip to 150, 156, 125 amps, See the voltage right there, 150. So I'm taking this guy out. I'm gonna replace it. But before doing that, set this one aside. I ordered myself a breaker here, which is an 80 amp. I know, focus, come on. Okay. Yeah, so it's not gonna do it. So I ordered myself an 80 amp right there. So this is gonna be for the Midnite. Thanks for the thumbs up. This is gonna be for the Outback FlexMax 80. So that's gonna come right here on the side corner right here for my Outback. So this one's gonna sit on the corner right here while we deal with this. So we converting. This is what we're gonna do, conversion. So we're gonna convert. These screws are no more useful because we're gonna be using this giant thing. That's the word, because that's what I'm saying. We're gonna improvise. It's gonna be in here. So set the screws right there. And oh, okay, I missed something. One thing else. So I'm gonna insert this one here. So it's supposed to be vertical. We go to this and insert it this way. Okay, it's gonna fit. The reason why I'm gonna do it, because if you look at the box in here, it tells you that you can able to do a 250 amp at 50,000 AC and 175 amp and 125. Well, what I have in there is a 125. So that's why I'm improvising to put this 250 in that box, and let's do it. So let me just grab my flat because I have to pop these guys here, these bad boys here. So I have to pop them. Let's see how we're gonna get this thing done without interruption. And I hope you guys gonna be patient with me. Live streams are always long, so if you have no patience with the live stream, well, that's okay. But this is what it is, and this is what we're gonna do, and let everybody see what I'm doing here. And because of that, it didn't come with a thing. Like I said, I have enough parts. I have a shunt that I'm gonna be incorporating inside here. That's gonna sit right inside the box. So that gives me a box that's gonna cost now almost what, $300-400 when I finish modifying this. Okay, and let's go about it and make sure that we don't make any mistakes here. And we're gonna make sure we snap this thing out. We take this guy out. Maybe you guys gonna say this is not the proper way to do it. Well, this is how JW Solar does things. So they are here for a reason, and they're gonna be gone because of some reason. So we already took the parts off. These little things are gone. We're not gonna use the little breaker anymore. Like I said, since we improvise, the little screws over there, is not gonna be useful anymore. So hello, Off-Grid Living St. Lucia. So I'm gonna stick this guy right here. Look at that. Look at that. It's gonna be right in there. Okay. So this guy gonna get right in there. So because of the little things here and little tiny parts, I think we have to do something about them. But we can go about it. This is a live stream, like I said, guys. It's gonna be a little bit longer video. If you're looking for a short video, it's not gonna be short. Well, and we're gonna improvise this. I need something like a little file that I'm gonna be doing this, but I'm trying not to get the video too long. Oh boy. And little scratch, that's okay. It's gonna scratch anyway. So this guy is gonna fit right in here. So I have a little particles there, little things that holds the I have to file these little guys to go down and see how this thing goes. Well, I hope everything you guys here. I'm trying to put everything together so that we can do this video well without being interrupted. So I think I found myself a little file, and I'm gonna grind this thing down a little bit and grind this other guy down. We improvising here, guys. This is a training process. You can do this yourself. So I'm grinding this thing a little bit down so that the breaker will sit properly. This is how we go about things. You don't always trying to buy things that already made. So you can go about it and see. Let's go about now and see this guy. Ah, voila. See that? It's already in. So we fix that. Because of this, we have to come up with the screws that this guy don't even come with. And see, we stick this guy right here. Let's see if it's long enough to go about this process. There we go. We got one. There we go. Here's the second one here. Aha. Aha. So there we go. It's already in. Guys, this is what it is. So let's take a look closely. How are we gonna go about the rest? Oh, sorry, I blew it up. Oh, how are we gonna go about this without doing any mistake, ruining anything here? So here we gotta pop this one as well. We take this one out because we want to put this 80 amp in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna smack one of these bad boys, or we're gonna start from the bottom one or the top one. It depends what we want to do. If we decide to go this way, and hello my friend William, how you doing? Yeah, Aaron, Off-Grid Living St. Lucia. So we are improvising right now. So I'm gonna be knocking out one of this one or this where I want to start my braking or my breaker to be, because we can get it underneath here so that they can be, the positive is going to come back and tie to this guy right here, or we can get it all the way out here. See what I'm saying? So we can just do a wiring perpendicular to each other, or it can be back here. So I think I'll choose the inside part. So the inside part of Great Living St. Lucia. I guess you're getting some lessons here. Yeah, it's a man that likes to improvise things. He always make things. So we pop these guys out. Sorry, almost knocked the camera down. Yeah. So we got things ready. And let's go about doing some of the other stuff. Let's see here. Let me zoom out. Sorry for that. All right, I think I'm almost about to knock the camera down. My wife is not here today helping me with the camera thing, so but this is what it is. Sometimes you got to do things without your partner. My wife is my apprentice, and she's a good woman, loving woman. She likes to be around when I do things and give me a support. So yeah, so okay, let's get this already. So we're gonna take this little guy and we're gonna pop this guy and stick it right there. So let's get this guy ready. We have our 2 screws. All right, let's see. We're gonna have this guy okay. We got this all aligned. All right, now properly in. Okay. It seems like we have a little bit trouble here because of this plate is on the way. So maybe we have to pop this guy, but I don't want to leave a hole here. So because it has to come a little bit out this way so that it can be really centered. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'll probably pop this guy. I don't mind doing so. Maybe I would have, if I would have used this one here, it has an empty gap on this thing, will give me more clearance. So let's go about this and take this guy out. This is a project. We're all gonna learn. Sometimes the way you want things to sit well is not that way. Here we go. Now we are sitting directly to the box. And get it, little screws here and started driving them in. Like I said, these are all conversion. You can do this on your own, but I was gonna do this long time, but you know, I have topics for everything. I have time for everything. Winter is getting here. Mostly it's indoor project now, so it's still snowing today. All day is cold and snowing. A little flurries, not that heavy snow. So now we have an 80 amp breaker inside this bad boy. Okay, and we still have an empty hole right here, which we're gonna incorporate another breaker here for another charge controller. Okay, or no, I got it. I'm not gonna put another breaker here. The other breaker that's coming here is gonna be a 2 amp breaker. And now you're gonna be saying, why JW Solar is putting a 2 amp breaker here? The reason why I'm putting a 2 amp breaker, because if I'm gonna be using the shunt, okay, the shunt's gonna be here, and I'm gonna be using the FlexNet DC. So the FlexNet DC, I want to put a breaker here that's supposed to turn the FNDC or maybe battery monitor kit if it's for Magnum, because it requires a 2 amp. Okay, it requires a 2 amp. So I'm gonna put a 2 amp fuse, inline fuse for the FNDC. So this hole is already popped and the breaker is coming. It's on the way already. So guys, this one is in. Look at that. Tell me what you think. Look at this. Let me see if the camera is catching that well. Look at this. So we already have a box that's almost gonna cost you quite a bit of money on this project right here we just did for ourselves. Okay? So what we're gonna do, the other step, like I said, we didn't have these shunts that came in. Good guys, so this shunt is gonna be incorporated right here. So what we're gonna do, put this guy down again. Okay, trying to see, shunts are all have numbers there, they're marked. The 50 millivolt is the one that goes to your load. The 100 amps here, I hope you can see that. Yeah, 500 amps right there. That's the one the battery ties on. On this box, they put a log right here for the battery, for the negative, which I'm not going to be utilized, or maybe, who knows. I can put it in here and comes here. So I'm going to put this shunt to this. So 500 amps. So we're going to make sure we put it this way so that we can have the wire comes in here and tied in here. Or we can take this guy and mount it the other way around, which the 500 amps is going to come from here. I hope you're going to see that. I think I'm going to zoom this small so that you guys can see. Okay, right there. The 500 amps from the battery cable is going to be right here. And the output from the inverter going to the inverter goes out. Put a log here, maybe a 4-hot or 3-hot cable, whatever you want to use for application. I'm going to use these other guys here. Okay, these other guys here for the charge controller and the rest. And here is the positive cable tied into one of these logs. Okay, and goes right. This one is going to be the out. Okay, the output. And this one goes to your inverter. Okay, that's why they made the log is kind of longer. It's almost about 2 inches long. So it goes to the inverter and it goes out back to your charge controller. This out, we can tie it to one of these guys in here. See that? The other log right here. So input comes in here, output goes to the charge controller. This one goes to the breaker, to the inverter. So that time when I fired up this guy here, and it powers the inverter automatically right away, and it gives power to this guy down here for the charge controller, and flipping this breaker on. Now on, the charge controller fired up. So we all have power now to the system. So let's go ahead and put the break, this one I can change. It depends what I want to do. Oh, the other thing again, these two guys right here, if you're using a Midnite Classic, you can put the Whisk-Bang Junior tied into this so they can measure the amps, the volts, the in from the charge controller, from the outside, anything that operates, and read correctly what it's gonna do. So you just have to make sure follow the thing. Where's the 500 amp and where's the 50 millivolts is. So then the Whisk-Bang Junior gives you direction how to go, what direction you have to flip, because if it's on the 500 amp here, the purple wire have to be on the 500 amps, so that means you're on the right direction. You can't flip it the other way around. So the Whisk-Bang Junior for the Midnite Classic has to be the wire down facing the 500 amps, not the 50 millivolts. These are for two different applications I'm showing you here. So I'm talking about how to wire this stuff. So if we decide to do this and make the 500 amps, we can put it this way if we want to, and make sure we get a location where we want it, and we can just go about the business and drop some of the things I improvise. They don't come with that, and put it right there and put it right here. We are ready for business. So doing so, I have my guy turn it all the way down to 1. If you are, so you just can rip it off, you know, over thread it. Okay, see that? So the shunt is already in. That already made me over. This box already costs now approximately $400 box already. Let's zoom back out. Okay, this box has become so expensive now. What I've done to it, see that? Look into it. Look at that. This costs now over $300 to $400. So from from this guy here, like the MN, where is it? Where's the plates? Okay, here's the plate. From here, it came from MNDC125 and we improvised it to MNDC250. That's what we just did. So I'm just going to take this marker and erase this one and mark it right here. The dates manufactured the first quarter. Anytime you see that Midnite does this, is the Q1 is the first quarter and 2012. That's how they mark things. And I already have a sticker that says Outback. So it's going to go on my Outback Power Systems. And it said DC disconnect, warning, all the warning signs. So guys, this is what it is. So I'm not done yet doing this. Then you can have your little thing so that you can have the sharp object to cut your wire, slice it. And I have one of these I can able to stick where the wires come in here, and I can able to pop this guy here, or use where the two big wires coming in. Okay, so this one old box, you can flip it anyhow you want. You can go this other way. It's just about reversing all your breakers and everything. If you're left-handed, or maybe you don't have space for disconnect on the right hand side, you can flip this box. That's why it stays like this. And what Midnite made is very cool. This panel, you can go this way. Now we'll flip the box. We can go back this way. You can see some grooves here, so you can go either or. So we can go back and put it that way. See that? We can able to do that. So that's the cool thing about Midnite Solar, all what they did. So we can flip it the other way around. So you can see I have 4 screws post you can able to do. So this guy now, we're gonna save this. This is the Outback 125 amp breaker. Okay. Okay. So now this guy is almost done. We have all our ground bus bar here. Let me zoom out again. Thank you, Off-Grid Living St. Lucia. We're gonna have this guy out again. Now we already improvised this box. Now you look at, go ahead and check right now on the internet and look what a MNDC 250 cost you. Google it out. Go into Amazon, eBay, whatever, Midnite, and all these other vendors out there. Plus a 60 amp breaker, a 80 amp breaker here, and a 250 breaker. How much is already cost you? I already saved myself a whole bunch of money building something very I've just been creative, building something right here. So what I'm gonna do on the side, I can able to come from this side. It depends if my inverter is gonna be on this side, one wire coming this side or one wire coming this side. It depends whatever I want to do on this application. Now see what I'm saying? So if my inverter, because if you look at the command center, the inverter is on here, the other side here on the left corner, and you can able to, if you want it to be this box to be on the left, the inverter on the right, so you can still do that too. So now we just completed a very good video how to go about modifying MNDC 125 to MNDC 250. So we can go back and put this box together this way, slam the breaker down, and wait, I'm not done yet. Because of this, we don't have the exact screws that came with it. I only have one screw that the my vendor sent me. So because of that, I improvise again. There goes to improvise. So I found myself these guys, and I'm going to utilize them. What I do, stick them right in there. Stick them right in there. Here. And there. And don't want to use a power tool to do this, because you don't want to strip the entire box and ruin it. Just a snuggle tight, not that tight. So, and right here, okay, voila. Thank God, we're done. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful box. Beautiful and awesome, awesome, awesome box. Now we are just built live here at the command center of the JW Solar USA. Look at this. We just save ourselves a whole bunch of money. I can put a strain relief right there if I'm going to pass the wire there, so you can't have this side. The corners are so sharp, they can tear up your entire cable as time goes on. So this is what it is, and this is how it looks. This is the bottom of it. And thanks for watching. JW Solar USA. Stay tuned for more to come live from this channel. I hope you learned something. You came in today and be part of this show, and I want to thank you for doing that all the time. I bet, or I guess you guys learned something. So if I go like this, or find a little bit spirit, or how you call it, alcohol something. I don't drink, so I don't have any alcohol at home. And I'm gonna mark that one. And you guys can see it's totally converted from MNDC125 to officially MNDC250. There you go. Boom. Done. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. So this one I'm going to try to erase well, because a very strong marker. And to MNDC250. So give it a like and subscribe. Share this video all over the internet, so that people we know that you can even modify. You don't have to buy the box by itself, and you can able to improvise. Modify is the word. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, that's the word my dad left me with, or when I was little. He said you cannot just do things, you have to have the exact part or whatever. No, you have to improvise. When things are not available, find something else to make it work. Now you see it. See that? Midnite Solar West. This is in Washington, Seattle, USA. And I just finished making up this box. Really, really cool. Don't you like it? Give it a thumbs up right now, guys. Give it a thumbs up, guys. Give it a thumbs up, guys, because JW Solar USA has done it again. Long video, but it what every stay. And all you guys already sticking for a while, I want to thank you so much, and love always here in the 10,000 Lakes right in Minnesota, JW Solar USA. Bye for now. Love you. Cheers.